good. Thank you, Haroon. Thank you so much for having me. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. I don't see this on my YouTube channel, so I'm not sure if this is going live just yet. So
Hmm.
I'm just going to actually don't see this here at all. So
Let me check on the side. Uh,
it is going out on Facebook. So
mhm.
even if we don't get it on YouTube, do you mind if we go ahead and just have it on Facebook?
Yes, that would be so cool.
Okay, so let's carry on and imagine that we are both on YouTube and Facebook. So once again, welcome. Thank you so much. Please introduce yourself to the viewers. Oh no, Walusungu, are you gone? Okay, I think we've lost Walusungu for now. I'm going to try and get her back. I think it's her connection that's missing, and she'll probably have to restart. I can enjoy my coffee while we're waiting. Excuse me. Oh, we do have a beautiful smiling face, so at least we can watch that. Oh, welcome back, Walusungu. Are you still there?
It's overheated. Yes, I'm serious. Can you
There
see
you
me?
are. I see you. I see you
Yes,
indeed. Welcome back. Thank you so
there's a
much for
heat
coming back.
wave. Thank you. My device is just overheated. I'm so worried about that.
It's so hot there still in your summer that
Yes, it is.
and no
It
air
is. My
conditioning.
room is like, I do have air conditioning, but it's just the general temperature is like 30 degrees in my room, even with the cooler on.
Even with the air conditioner, the cooler on, it's still that hot.
Yes. Yes.
Your poor devices are crying out in pain.
Yeah, they are. I put my computer closer to the cooler, so it's like cool all the time, but my phone is just, it's haywire.
Okay. Well, I think we are still live, so I don't
Hmm.
think I didn't shut down the stream or anything.
Oh,
So
yeah.
welcome back.
Thank
My first
you.
question to you was to introduce yourself to the viewers. Oh no, and there she goes again.
Is it
Are you
back?
back?
It's
Yes,
good?
yes, you're
Yes.
back.
I put a cooling pad on my phone.
You should maybe swear you leave your freezer open.
Yeah. Oh, it's good now. That's good.
Okay. So let us begin. Would you mind introducing yourself to the viewers?
Yes. My name is Walusungu Nyachikanda. I am a student currently studying at Slovak Technical University, and I am a Bitcoin educator. That's what I do aside from being a student. I currently run a project called Bit Junior Academy and Space, which focuses on teaching Bitcoin to kids aged 6 to 17. And we also implement the physical way of learning about Bitcoin by spending. So we have over 140 kids already in our community who are actively learning about Bitcoin, and we hope to grow in future. And aside the Bitcoin project, I'm also a co-founder of BitZ, a digital company which focuses on payment processing for Bitcoin payments on the Lightning Network. And the core founder of Navixa, which is a vehicle tracking company. So that's basically just about me.
Your vehicle tracking company, does that have anything to do with Bitcoin or is that totally separate?
So it's totally separate, but we do accept payments in Bitcoin for the products that we are selling.
What products are those?
We have OBD2 plugin trackers, and we have an application where you can subscribe and view your vehicle with real live tracking.
Okay, so is that more like a
Mhm.
security thing so that you can keep an eye on where your vehicle is?
It's both security, but also it's for compilation of data. So you find that most small businesses don't really know what goes on with their vehicles when they're on the road. They also don't know the kind of people that hire the vehicles, what kind of drivers are they. So it helps you track the driver behavior. It helps you track the condition of the vehicle at the time that it's moving and at the time that it's parked, so that maintenance is cheaper. And also, of course, security, you could see where the vehicle is at the exact time and also call the vehicle to hear whatever is happening in the vehicle.
Okay, and you're saying that you've integrated that with your payment app and accepting
Yes,
payments in Bitcoin.
yes.
And how's that going?
So,
What percentage of people pay you in Bitcoin?
so when you pay in Bitcoin, you get a percentage of 5% off. When you pay in fiat, it's the normal price. With the app that we use for Bitcoin processing and Bitcoin payments, it just helps you to exchange your fiat for Bitcoin and Bitcoin to fiat. So if you feel like you need some fiat and you don't have any fiat with you, you only have Bitcoin, you could use the application to change your Bitcoin into fiat or vice versa.
So it's like the Blink wallet, basically, where you got
Yeah, it's like a bank wallet, only that you're not storing anyone's Bitcoin or fiat.
you're just accepting the payments in.
Yeah, you just exchange the peer-to-peer payments.
Okay. And then where do you store it? Do you store it? Do you have to have a separate wallet or something to store the funds that you receive?
Yes, we do have a separate wallet, but that's just for our liquidity. So if people want to buy Bitcoin, they can buy Bitcoin via the app. If they want to exchange it to fiat, they can do that also. So we use a payment gateway called Lipila. It's a Zambian local payment gateway, and it allows you to pay your Bitcoin into mobile money accounts like Airtel, MTN, Zamtel, any of the network providers from Zambia.
Okay, fantastic.
Mhm,
And since this channel is mainly devoted to Bitcoin adoption, I wanted
mhm.
to ask you about your education. How do you manage to run everything in Zambia with you being in Europe?
So I have a team that I work with in Zambia, and we have our operations manager called Lucas Mwanza. He helps with the operations on the ground. So that's from teaching the kids classes, getting the kids rounded up for activities, the merchant adoption, and everything else that has to do with the project. And we also partnered with a project called Bitcoin Victoria Falls that also deals with the same Bitcoin education, merchant adoption, and alike. So they help us with teaching. They volunteer at our project, we volunteer at their project. So the work is more efficient that way.
Okay. And what do you teach? Where do you get your education content from? Do you get it from like Trezor Academy or one of those places? Or have you made your own?
So we are in a community called My First Bitcoin, and we use the My First Bitcoin curriculum. They recently launched the Bitcoin for Juniors, which we are implementing currently at our project. We were using the adult curriculum first, but with the Bitcoin for Juniors, it made things much easier for the kids to understand.
Okay. And you mentioned earlier that your Bitcoin adoption is getting hands-on experience. How are you doing that? How are the kids getting experience in transacting with Bitcoin?
So we first started transacting with Bitcoin in the schools. We partnered with local schools where the kids are usually gotten from for our project. And once we teach them about Bitcoin, what it is, how they can use it, we let them buy whatever they want to buy with Bitcoin in their schools at their local tax shops. And then from then, we started a project where the kids are able to go on field trips and transact in the community. in the broader community, not just within their schools. So Bitcoin Victoria Falls had a merchant adoption program, which ran for quite a long time till date, and they onboarded over 165 shops. So all those shops are working with our community. So we're like a community inside a community. So we spend the Bitcoin at those shops, and we pick the shops where the kids can find things that are appropriate, school material, candies, whatever it is, toys. And the kids go to those shops and spend Bitcoin weekly. So we pick the kids, like we round them up. We tell them this week which group is going to spend, next week which group is next, and just like that.
And where does the Bitcoin for those kids come from?
So we run on grants, and we usually like apply for grants and get Bitcoin in our wallet so we can help the kids spend. And currently we're part of a community called CBUF. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Not yet,
And
no.
not yet. Okay, so it's a community for proof of work, and this is where you have different projects around Africa that are fighting the same cause, which is helping Bitcoin be adopted through spending. So they support us, like they give us the sats for spending, and we distribute the sats to kids so they can spend freely. So it's really helpful because it's not just helping our project run, but it's also teaching the kids that they can access Bitcoin and they can use it in real life.
Okay, and how much do the kids get to spend per kid?
So a program for rewards. They play games, they also have quizzes, and they write tests, and the best outstanding students also. But generally, all the kids get Bitcoin after they graduate. But during the classes, during the lessons, the kids get Bitcoin for spending. So mostly, we usually give the kids from about 2,000 to 5,000 sats for spending in a day. And they get those rewards from playing the games. So the more they play the games, the more they pass their exams, the more they pass their behavior in class, they get sats. And we also encourage them to do a lot of chores at home. And through their parents, we help them distribute the sats.
Do you give the parents sets too, or is it just like they report, I did this activity at home, this, that, and the other, and then you give it to them? Or do the parents actually check on how the kids are doing and then give them sets as spending?
So some parents are independent and have taken it upon themselves to give sats to the kids. But some parents come to us and tell us, oh, he did this, he did that, and they get the sats from them.
Okay, and the parents, are they independently educated in Bitcoin, or do you also have programs to teach the parents?
So we have programs to teach the parents, but the parents that mostly work with our project are parents that pass through the adult course for Bitcoin Victoria Falls. So most of the parents have already had independent lessons, and some of the parents are learning through our program, which is through the schools. So we already had a teachers training program for the local school teachers, and over 18 teachers were taught independently through our program, and they were able to learn about Bitcoin, and they answer questions related to Bitcoin in our absence.
And so, a little bit about you. How did you first get involved with Bitcoin? What's your origin
That's
story?
it's a very funny long story. I'll try to
That's what
cut
we're
it
here
short.
for. No, no,
Yes.
please don't cut it short. Please go on as long as you
Okay,
can.
okay. So I first learned about Bitcoin when I was in high school, and I never took it serious because it was like, experiments, kids learning about NFTs and all these cryptocurrencies and the excitement around digital currencies. And I didn't really pay much attention to them because I thought initially this is just something people will get bored of eventually. And later on, I realized how people were able to make money through NFTs and trading. And I don't know why it didn't resonate with me, but I wasn't so comfortable with learning about NFTs.
Walusungu is gone again, just as she was getting really into her story. This is always the most exciting part about how a person starts their journey into Bitcoin. So I was really getting into it, and wanting to hear how she actually got into it. So yeah, I hope the two viewers aren't going to run away. You're still going to stay here with me because I'm sure she's going to come back really soon. There she is. She's back
Aaron.
already.
Yes.
Walusungu, I think your phone is even more excited about you telling me. So,
It's so excited. It keeps heating up. Yeah. So
does it heat up and switch off, or does it just heat up and then come back like immediately?
so it like heats up and then it gives you a symbol like the temperature of what it's at right now. And then it cools down on its own after some time, or I have to pop it in the freezer and wait for a few seconds and then it comes back alive.
That's so
Summer
funny
is really
because
bad.
yeah, I'm not even waiting very long and I see you pop on already. So
Yeah, it like gives you a warning with a temperature sign and says your phone is at this temperature right now. And sometimes it just like keeps that sign for a long time. You have to pop it in the fridge and get it after like 2 or 3 minutes.
but this time it's not. You just
No, this time it just did the sign and then I kept on clicking the on and off button and it came back.
well, I'm very lucky that you are because we do have two viewers. I don't know who they are and
Yes.
whether they are actually typing any messages to ask you any questions. I don't
Hmm.
even know if they are on YouTube or on Facebook,
On
but we do
Facebook,
have
yeah.
two viewers that are watching us. So maybe you can continue telling them about how you got involved, how you first heard about Bitcoin.
Okay, thank you so much, Haroon. So yeah, like I was saying, it was a very weird journey because I first learned about it in high school. And then years graduation, I met the co-founder of Bitcoin Victoria Falls in Livingston. His name is Humphrey. And he was interested in one of the programs I was offering for kids. I used to run a business for toys and for gaming events and whatnot. And he was interested in coming to one of the events. So he decided to buy a ticket. And then from then on, he started asking me questions like, oh, what do you do? What are your interests? And I told him about what I was doing. And he later started slowly orange pilling me, slowly orange pilling me. He told me, oh, have you ever heard of Bitcoin? I told him, yeah, I heard of it, but I've never really been interested in it. And he started telling me how it works. He also helped me open a Blink wallet. And then he started playing games with me. We started betting on games like ping pong, chess, and all these small board games. And every time I win the game, he would give me sats in exchange. And he told me, oh, you could try using it at one of the shops that accept Bitcoin. And from then on, I fell in love with Bitcoin again. I went right into the rabbit hole. I started doing my research, watching podcasts, and I asked him if I could volunteer in the project. And he told me, oh, you first have to learn about Bitcoin and then you can help in the best way that you can. So that was like the whole journey of how I came to learn about Bitcoin, how I got involved in the projects, and how I started helping projects in the Bitcoin space.
Well, I must say that you didn't have a very typical introduction into Bitcoin. Lots of although you did go into NFTs and all of that,
Mm-hmm,
most of us go into Bitcoin and then we start trading it, and then we lose lots of Bitcoin trading, and then we hear about altcoins and then try other
mm-hmm,
coins, and going down a whole rabbit hole of being scammed
mm-hmm,
many times until finally we orange pill ourselves. But you were
mm-hmm,
lucky that you found someone that was already in the community, already educating,
mm-hmm,
and then
mm-hmm,
wanting to find out what you were doing, and then
mm-hmm.
slowly orange pilling you that way.
Yes. And it's funny because I think I had like a sixth sense. I wasn't very comfortable with learning about NFTs, but I did because that was like the excitement of high school and everyone in my grade and in the tech clubs were talking about NFTs and trading and crypto. And I was just like, okay, I'll just do it for the sake of the fun and whatever. But later on, I found interest in other things and I totally forgot about cryptocurrencies and NFCs. And when I discovered Humphrey, it was like a whole awakening. It was like an angel sent to remind me, like, come back, we need you.
Humphrey is great for that. And
Yes.
Francois Harris says that he's watching on YouTube. So we are
Mm.
actually on YouTube. And thank you so much for leaving a comment, Francois. Walusungu, how did that translate into you um, you moving and then getting more involved with Bitcoin? From what I understand, is you volunteered at Bitcoin. Sorry, is it
Victoria Falls, yeah.
Victoria Falls?
Mhm.
Working with Humphrey, playing games. If you win, he'd give you some sets. How did that translate into you developing your own games and then also start educating kids into Bitcoin?
So initially, I was working fiat jobs. I was working for a nonprofit organization, and I had a separate business for kids' toys. So that's water slides, jumping castles, board games, any sorts, any kids' games. And I'm very passionate about anything to do with kids. So I thought that maybe I could implement that idea and passion with Bitcoin. So initially, I planned to charge people in Bitcoin, and I even went for an event, like an open market where you can display your products and people pay for them. I decided to have my products all priced in Bitcoin. And that was like the sats at that time in 2024. So I had my products all priced in Bitcoin, and the kids were coming to play and parents were asking, what's this, and are you telling me like without the Bitcoin they can't play? And we started orange pilling people while they came to our stand. And Humphrey was like, oh, if you really are interested in Bitcoin, why don't you learn about it and then you can use your expertise in the space? And I really loved teaching. So when I learned about Bitcoin and started volunteering Bitcoin Victoria Falls, I found that I really understood Bitcoin, still understanding it, but I really, really do enjoy teaching it. So after I started teaching Bitcoin with Bitcoin Victoria Falls, I then decided to start a project of my own. I invited the kids from my community who were already close to me, and I started to teach them the curriculum, the My First Bitcoin curriculum, and found that all the kids were very interested in learning, especially the younger ones, the ones between age 6 and 12, were very, very interested in learning about Bitcoin. And they kept on asking me questions like, how do we get it? How do we use it? Where do we use it? Is there anything that we can build with it? And for me, that already gave me the idea of spreading the Bitcoin knowledge to all the kids. If I was able to orange pill the little kids between age and 6 and 12, then orange pill as many kids as well, so they understand Bitcoin early and they build the interest, the self interest on their own. So they're really lucky because I didn't really have anyone at a young age telling me what Bitcoin was, or they could be even a possible freedom money, like money that isn't, isn't owned by anyone or monetized by anyone. And if I was told when I was younger about such money, I would definitely have built an interest as I aged. And I feel like the fact that we're teaching the kids now, I'm seeing a lot of them building an interest. Like they do research on their own. They don't have to wait for us to tell them what to learn. And then they ask you questions. So the best way to do that is to keep an active community running. So if they keep having questions and they want support in anything that they're building around Bitcoin, we give them access to it. Hmm.
Oh, that's great. That's wonderful. At the moment,
Hmm.
while you are in Europe, are you involved in anything Bitcoin related there, or is everything done in Africa?
So everything is done in Africa for the project I'm running. But I'm currently working with the core from Kenya as an educations lead for the online class. And I teach Bitcoin classes remotely.
To the people in Kenya or to people in Europe?
So to people everywhere. So the core is a Bitcoin project, also focusing on Bitcoin education and Bitcoin adoption. And they have a program that they do online, which is accessible to anyone around the world. So you have people from around the world who register, parts of Africa, they register for the class and then they attend the class online and we teach them Bitcoin via the online platform.
And is that following one of the courses like the My First Bitcoin or one of those, or is that more informal?
Yes, the core also uses the Micros Bitcoin curriculum.
Okay, so basically, whatever you teaching either in person to the kids or online, but you're using the same material,
Yes,
the My First
the
Bitcoin.
same materials.
Okay, and so you've got three projects, right? You got one where you onboarding merchants. You got one where you're teaching kids, and then you got one that's totally separate, but you're accepting Bitcoin as a payment in that. I wanted to ask
Mhm.
you what percentage of payments in that particular business comes through in Bitcoin.
So for the vehicle tracking business, we launched this month and we haven't yet gotten as many clients, but we're expecting maybe for the start 12% of payments coming in Bitcoin because we have some potential clients that would like to purchase the trackers. And for the other business, the Bitcoin processing application, we have so many people. I don't even know how to equivalent it to percentage. We have over 500 people who've downloaded the application. And from an estimate, we have over 200 people using the application weekly.
So are you orange pilling those people, or are those people orange pilling themselves and then wanting your app because they know you're dealing in Bitcoin?
So I highly suspect there are people that we've taught in the community, the Bitcoin Victoria Falls community, the Bit Junior community. And I also highly suspect it's people that are coming to Zambia for tourism and want to spend Bitcoin but don't have fiat. And I also highly suspect it's other projects from not just our town, because we are in Livingston, the tourist capital, but we have projects in Lusaka as well. That's the capital of Zambia, and I believe their communities there also use the platform to buy and sell Bitcoin.
Okay, and what's the adoption like in Zambia? Are you actively going out and orange pilling merchants and getting them on board, or do they want an alternative to fiat currency and have chosen Bitcoin as a payment?
So we first had an adoption program where we were orange peeling merchants and then giving them the choice to choose whether or not they would like to start accepting payments in Bitcoin or not. So you find that most of the merchants that accepted payments in Bitcoins are merchants that understood that our money, the kwacha, isn't very good money. So fiat, of course, is prone to inflation, but in certain countries, the inflation is very bad and it affects also the sales of those merchants. So only the money that allows them to sell their and the way it is without any what. So most of these merchants received the onboarding, like the onboarding program where we and then they reach out to us with methods. And some merchants coming to the classes that were hosted by the community, and later on after graduating, decided to start accepting Bitcoin. So most approach.
Okay, great. Walusungu, I'm going to let you go now. You've spoken for half an hour. I can hear your phone is struggling again because it's. What we'll try and do is to get you on the show again when you've cooled down a bit.
Yes,
You guys are having a terrible heat wave, so
it's
we'll
a
just wait for.
terrible.
Yeah, we'll wait for the temperature to hopefully cool down a bit so that your phone doesn't complain so much. But thank you
Mhm.
so much for joining me on the show. It was really wonderful to talk to you and hear about you. You're doing great work, I think.
Thank you so much, Haroon. I'm so happy to have joined and I hope to join again.
I look forward to it. Bye